Hi, I'm Jale, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be reading the general energy for the new moon coming up this Friday for the UK specifically on the 28th of September. Obviously the new moon could vary depending on location, but for where I'm based and for UK it will be this Friday the 28th of September, and the new moon will be in Libra. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to link with my guides, get some insight from them, sort of see what the general energies are, see what you can be expecting, and then we're going to look at some cards to sort of clarify what information we've received and maybe give a bit more insight here. So I'm just going to link with the guides now. I've got a laugh because before I came live they told me to check something and they're just saying now, you already know what you're going to say, don't need us. I've got a laugh because they're confirming more than one thing. Okay, so I had a quick look. It looks like the moon could be forming a grand Earth trine with Uranus and Pluto. Now, Pluto's actually due to go direct. It's currently in retrograde, and what that means is the effects are withheld, let's say, and Pluto is the planet of rebirth. It's a death and rebirth cycle, essentially, Pluto. Pluto is very much, I kind of want to say it's a bit of the wild card, I want to say, but with Uranus especially, that's also very much the energy of revolutionary energy. It's very much the kind of energy that is a bit it's all a bit unpredictable, especially with Uranus and Pluto together. Now, because the new moon is going to be in the 7th house of Libra, but also in the 7th house. So I've looked for the UK and it looks like it's going to stay in the 7th house, which is also in Libra, which is the house of relationships. It's the house of balance. It's the house of give and take. There's definitely something karmic. That's the vibration here is something definitely karmic, revolutionary, but also I feel like there's going to be a lot of change in relationships, not just with the self, not just a recalibration with the self, but also in your love relationships and friendships as well, in terms of dynamics with everyone around you. I feel like this is going to be, I feel like there's going to be a major reshuffle. They're also saying here that, and this is again something else I'm laughing about because they're saying you already know this, something very revolutionary. It's like they're shining a light on a lot of things here. So if you've been kept in the dark with things around your relationship or people around you, I feel like this is going to get absolutely blown open. So this is the thing. If you've been sat for the last couple of weeks totally and utterly frustrated because things have been going on around you that you have seen and you've noticed and you know with your own eyes what you're witnessing, and your gut instinct screaming at you, and everyone else is kind of almost taken in by it and not really looking at it for what it is, just getting blown out of the water. That's all I'm going to say, because every time I tune into this energy, and it was weird because, like I said, before I came live, the guides were like, look at the astrological chart and the energy. And I looked and it was just confirming what I'd already picked up on, which is, like I said, Uranus, that's the trailblazer, that's the unknown, that's the maverick energy. Okay, and Pluto's like almost very kind of death and rebirth, and then you've got obviously the moon that forms the third part of the grand Earth trine, which is in Libra. And it's like, I feel like someone's like shining a spotlight onto this whole situation, and it's like, and I feel like the energy of this is going to continue potentially up until the 3rd of October, where I feel like if this isn't immediately obvious over the new moon or sort of Friday this weekend, wait till after the 3rd of October, because like I said, Pluto's actually in retrograde and it's due to go direct from around the 3rd of October. So I feel like the effects of this is going to continue, and then potentially you're either going to get a bang sorry to say this now, obviously this is not to sort of fearmonger or scare anyone, but this is for people that I feel like need some karmic justice. I feel like if you know what you know, and then everyone else has been kind of completely oblivious to the fact of what's going on, and you're sat there going, am I going mad here? Like, I know what I can see, I know what my gut instinct's telling me, but like, it's like no one else can really pick up on this. Wait till the Friday, because I feel like if it doesn't really become obvious then, it's going to be October the 3rd or thereafter. Now, it could be twice. You could have one revelation, new moon on Friday on the 28th, and then another revelation, again, conjunct or in contact or sort of in affiliation with the new moon, again on October the 3rd. So, because it's a grand Earth trine as well, which forms 3 points, I feel like there's later down the line, there's also going to be a third element to this that is, again, it's like illumination, illumination, illumination. It's like revelation, illumination. Let's just get rid of all the rubbish. It's got that kind of vibration to it. Now, from what I remember seeing, and again, this would vary based on your location, okay, but from certainly the UK's point of view, Pluto is sitting on the ascendant in Capricorn. So, and we have Brexit coming up. Now, not to get too political, I'm scared to say anything. So ascendant is how we appear to the world, and Capricorn is very traditional. It's the patriarch, it's the masculine, it's career, it's the known. That's about to go direct. So I feel like there's going to be a huge shake up. I really do. And then we've got Uranus, which is I think Uranus was in, so we've got, let me just use London here to make things simpler. I clicked off it, typical, isn't it? I should have kept that chart up, really. Right, we'll have a look again. Yeah, Uranus. So it's interesting because we've got, like I said, this is the energy at the moment. This is the energy at the moment. So as it stands, we've got the moon that's in Virgo, we've got Uranus, which is in Taurus, and then we've got Pluto in Capricorn sitting on the ascendant. When we get to Friday, the new moon will go into Libra, and it might even conjunct the sun. So again, confirming that kind of illumination energy. I feel like this is just the pre-run. It's like something's being anchored in. Some preconceived notion. I feel like we've got to be very careful what we're doing and we're putting out there between now and Friday, because Libra, again, it's the karmic scales, it's the balance sort of sign, it's justice essentially. So because it's very close to the sun from what I'm looking at here, I feel like there's going to be a lot of light shed on issues around friendships, relationships, connections, love interests that maybe haven't been forthcoming, hidden things within relationships. It's like there is a huge illuminationary energy and revelation. It's like revelation. So let's see what else the guides want to give. Yeah, I mean, it's mainly kind of this very you know, the judgment card in the tarot, it's like that. That's essentially the kind of visuals that I want to be given for this. The judgment card in the tarot, I feel, is essentially what the energy is. Sorry about the shaking. I'm moving the tarot. I'm moving the tarot. I'm shuffling the tarot. Yeah, it's essentially the judgment card in the tarot deck. That's essentially, I feel, the energy that we're going to have. Okay, so let's move to the tarot now. This is the Archangel Power Tarot Cards deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. So let's just see, Spirit, what are the general energies, please, for the new moon in Libra? Sorry, guys, for the shaking. Every time I shuffle on this table, the camera's moving all over the place. I do apologise. For the 28th of September, the new moon in Libra. For the 28th of September. New moon in Libra, please. 28th of September. What can we expect to see here? If anything is being hidden and you've sat there and you've gone, I know what I know, and why is no one else seeing this? Oh, they will. The High Priestess, this is, and look, can you see her? She's like stepped down from underneath that kind of archway through the two pillars and gone, ta-da! It says, powerful psychic insights, reflection and meditation that proves valuable information, be at peace. So what they're saying as well is if this is actually really rubbing you up the wrong way between now and Friday, give it to spirit. You know, if you are very confident in your knowing that you know something that is actually driving you a little bit up the wall here, and you don't understand why no one else can see it, just say, I trust and have faith, spirit, that everything will be as it needs to be in due time, and I give it to you. I give my concern and my worry to you, because this is the thing. You probably are right. You probably are very aware of what's going on. You're probably not imagining it. But the thing is that if you're very intuitive, and maybe people around you aren't, or especially if it's relating to someone that's in that situation and they can't see the wood through the trees because they're in it. You know, sometimes when we're in a situation, it's very hard for us to see. Give it time, because it's going to be revealed. Okay? They're confirming all this for you guys. 6 of Michael, so 6 of Swords here. It says it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans. There's also potential here for relocation or travel. So if you've been, it could also be that you're going to have someone coming to visit you here that's going to give you insight, give you clarity. But as you can see, there's a boat that's weathering a storm here, and it is coming out on the other side. So if this relates again to the previous thing I've mentioned, where you can really relate to that, where you're thinking, why is no one else seeing this? Or you're in a work situation that people are being rewarded for things that are just really not fair, give it time, because you cannot hide the truth. The truth will always come out. And I've seen this, honestly, I've seen this so many times, it's crazy, to the point where you will be in a situation and you'll think, how is no one else seeing this? Or, you know, oh, it's probably not going to be, you know, exposed now because it would have done already. Oh, believe you me, spirit have their own timing here. They have their own timing system. And if it needs to be released and given to the light, as in illuminated and given, it will be. Okay, so you've got to just keep that trust and faith. This is going to be a bit of a test of trust and faith, okay? And the next card is the Moon, okay? And again, we've got, this is the sort of second, third card with that very blue energy here. So we've got Archangel Michael energy, which is the protector. So if you do feel like you need some emotional protection or some spiritual protection, please do call upon Archangel Michael. Ask for him to surround, seal and protect your energy, seal and protect your room, your space, and ask for peace. You know, maybe Archangel Raphael as well for that peace. But it's also hinting here, and I'm going to sneeze now. Sorry for the ridiculous sneeze. When I'm channeling, sometimes I have olfactory, I can pick up on other things than sort of hearing and seeing and knowing, and I can smell things as well. And sometimes it gets a bit overwhelming for me because their energy is like right here, and I'm like, okay, thanks guys, but I need to kind of have a bit of space. You could also be sensing or feeling a lot of heightened energy as well at the moment, especially because we're in Virgo. Virgo is a very sensitive sign, so your senses, me being a Taurus as well, your senses could be going a bit like woo. So anyway, blue for communication. You could also be receiving news, again confirmation here that if you've been really thinking something's happening here, something's going on, or you're waiting on news, maybe you're waiting to hear about something, someone is coming to deliver that. Again, blue is the throat chakra, blue is for communication and truth. Okay, and we also pulled the Moon card. So Moon is about emotional freedom, obviously with the new moon as well. 1 and the 8 is adding up to 9, which is the end of a cycle here. So again, it could be that there's a lot of things being closed out at the moment and you're just waiting to see that, and then off you go, you're free. But it says the opportunity to improve your plans, listen to your intuition for accurate guidance, face your fears and grow stronger. So if you've had something you've been putting off for fear of maybe not having the right information, not knowing what to do, again, don't forget the High Priestess card is about knowing. She's the ever-knowing feminine energy here. She knows everything, okay? So I would be tapping in and saying, you know, if you're not relating to the first kind of example I've given you, and it's maybe something you want to be doing but you're not entirely sure if you should, I'd be listening to your inner voice. I'd be taking some time and space to tap into that and see whether or not it's valid fear, or, you know, valid to sort of give you a heads up to say maybe this isn't the time, or if this is actually something for you to sort of be grabbing and, you know, taking that leap of faith with. So they're giving me something else about the Moon. Face your fears and move forward is the clarity on that one they're giving. Face the fears and move forward. Yeah. Moon's the sort of feminine energy as well, okay? It could be that maybe you felt a bit out of sorts and that this is going to give you a bit of a relief as well. Maybe you felt a little bit emotionally imbalanced, and I feel like potentially the moon moving into, or maybe you will feel a bit unbalanced around the Libra new moon. Maybe you're sort of sat there thinking, what on earth is, maybe you're already feeling the effects of that. Find something that is going to alleviate that to balance you. Okay, again, sorry for this camera moving all over the place here. Yeah, it's just important for you to kind of sit in your own peace and comfort and, you know, get some time. They're also saying here, so this is the 9 of, I think this is, yeah, this is the 9 of Wands. Yeah, this is the 9 of Wands. Yeah, this is the 9 of Wands. So is there something that you feel you have to defend yourself about here? Is there something that you feel you've had to stand your ground on and really keep on at, you know, in terms of maybe a point that you've tried to be proven to someone and no one's listening? It's saying here, stay determined and move forward, be prepared for any possibility. And it's saying, it's talking about activism. Now it's interesting, we've had that little Greta girl who's been very very much around this environmental activism, but it's showing that that's a huge energy at the moment. It's something about, it's interesting because it's almost like I feel like the earth is going through a bit of a shift as well at the moment, and it's like that's coming out in everybody. And obviously there's been a heck of a lot of energy that the sort of earth has been trying to, I feel like we do tend to see the energies of the world through the earth. So if we're having earthquakes and sort of a lot of activisms and, you know, sort of arguing and stuff like that, I feel like it's a very good reflection of exactly what, you know, what energy is going on. I feel like this new moon is going to recalibrate that a little bit, and it's going to soften that a little bit here. It's almost like the energies need to be a bit more balanced. And again, if you feel like you do need to stand your ground, obviously by all means do so, but make sure that there's a balance with it. Don't sort of, you know, don't go too far ahead, blinkered, because I feel like if you were to do that, you wouldn't be sort of seeing what's going on around you. So it's all well and good standing your ground, and that's important to do, but don't do it at the expense of yourself, because I feel like we need to be a bit in balance with that kind of thing. Again, now this is clarifying here what I said about the clarification and the sort of judgment card here. So we've got the Ace of Swords. This is truth. This is clarity. This is shedding light on all that there is to be sort of seen. Now, Archangel Michael looks like he stood on a mountain here and he's holding up the sword of truth as if to say, look, I'm here. Okay, so again, if you've had a really tough slog where people maybe haven't been listening to you, they haven't been taking it seriously what you've been saying, or maybe you feel like you haven't been able to establish your voice, or, and again, excuse me if I'm so sorry. If I'm burping, I'm so sorry. It's because when I channel energy, if it's a bit of negative energy, it tends to come out in that way. So I'm trying to hold it in and obviously not burp in a camera. So if I'm sat making weird faces, unfortunately, that is me trying to hold in a burp. Again, it's just because I'm a healer, I'm clairsentient, so I do absorb all the energy. And that's my way of kind of recycling. So bad. Again, I'm so sorry if I'm offending people. It's not my intention. Okay, so this is also about new ideas as well. This is about maybe potential creative ideas that maybe you've gone past the fear and that you're ready to tackle the next new phase. And obviously the Libra is, you know, very creative energy. So there's a wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your process. Clear up communication problems with others. So again, it does also hint as well to maybe reconciliation around a friendship or a potential disagreement or conflict around others. It's saying that there is a potential here for that to be recognized. Now it's interesting because they've given me now the moon again twice. Now what I feel like that is saying to me is between the new moon on the 28th, right, and then the full moon, which is going to be on, do apologise, I'm just trying to get you a date. I could ask them, but I feel like it's going to be around the 15th of October. I'm going to just double check that though. So the full moon in October, sorry, I've just put September instead of October. This is not very good, is it? Guys, I'm so sorry about this, but I want to get a date here because I feel like this is going to be useful for people. So full and new moon calendar. Here we go. So October, yeah, so the full moon should be around the 13th of October, okay? So between the 28th and the 13th of October is when you're going to see the effects of this. So this is when the reading is valid too. And as you can see in the background there is the full moon. That was immediately, that's why I've given that information, because my eye, in fact, is that the moon or is that Earth? No, it's a full moon. It's where I drew my vision into. Also, if you are a Pisces sun, moon rising, I feel like there's something around this that is going to really heighten for you. I think that it's because the moon obviously does signify Pisces, but I did see the Pisces sign on that moon card there. Okay. Now, what they're saying here is also what this new moon is going to be bringing in is what I said earlier, justice. Okay, there's a recalibration here. There is something around love that needs to be recalibrated. Maybe that you have not been treated fairly. Maybe you've been around someone that wasn't recognizing your worth, wasn't recognizing you for who you were, maybe was treating you a bit unkindly because maybe they viewed themselves as not worthy. Maybe they were scared of the connection. Maybe there was an imbalance of give and take. There's something being recalibrated with this new moon, okay? And the guides have just said, thank you, do not underestimate this energy. So again, if you have been sat there going, why is this happening to me? Why is there no justice with this? Why is this person not? Well, it's on its way. It's been delivered, right? It says, fight for justice and inequality. Rulings made in your favour, don't give up. Now, again, you could also be waiting to hear news around a court case or legal proceedings. Again, stand your ground, don't give up, because there is favourable results coming. But this also could be around love. And again, also a partnership that has had a bit of distance between it, had a bit of ups and downs that haven't been resolved. And you've probably been sat there thinking, I should just give up then, yeah? Should I just give up? Because this is not coming. It's like, you feel like it should come and you can feel the energy, but it's not delivering. It's, you know, it's not manifested in the three-dimensional reality yet. Next card that came out is the Six of Cups. So it is coming. There is a reunion on its way. This is on its way to you. This is about reunions, nostalgia, a reconnection from the past, childhood influences or connections, childlike type of connections, spiritual connections that hold a very pure childlike essence that is extraordinarily special. But this is on its way, guys. It says embrace your inner child, new friends or rekindled relationships, children or childhood. There could also be needing to be a bit of inner child work needing to be done in order to rebalance and calibrate you. But also this could be around maybe court rulings around children. Maybe it's about parental rights. Maybe you're having to stand your ground around that. Again, it's confirming here, all will be revealed. If there's things that have been hidden, this is coming out, okay? There is a healing that's going to be coming with it. There's a recalibration. More than anything, there is an illumination of the truth that's on its way, okay? Right, now we've also got the King of Gabriel, which is the King of Wands, okay? So this could be either someone that is you're thinking about, which is obviously what I was referring to with the previous information around a love interest that maybe you thought was on its way and isn't, and you thought there was going to be a reconnection and there wasn't, or you really do have a lot of energy and feeling and spiritual connection to this person, but it hasn't materialized. Maybe they're in a third party relationship, because the King of Wands also stands for someone else's partner. Or it could just be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Or this could be you and you're having to get more into your masculine energy here, because it says generous, inspirational, dramatic, driven. Keep your eyes on the bigger picture, leave the details to others, experience that leads to success, genuine concerns for others. Now, it drew me immediately again to this corner here. Now, I don't know if you can see that. Hang on. Right, let's see. Can you see that corner there? That is the judgment symbol. you know, in the traditional tarot cards, you've got the trumpets and the angels come to deliver that news, right? If this person has not been able to approach you, if they haven't come forward, if you've been sat there thinking, I'm going mad here, this can't be real. Like, I thought I felt all these things and I thought they felt the same way, but this person has not come towards me. I don't know what's going on here. I don't understand this anymore. They're on their way, because there's something that hasn't been illuminated to them yet, but will happen during this new moon, that they are going to receive that illumination. Okay, again, they're surrounded by the two pillars of fire. Okay, so whatever news they receive, it feels like it's going to absolutely, I'm not saying what the guides are saying because they were swearing. I feel like someone's putting a stick of dynamite in the middle of a situation and they're blowing it up. Okay, now again, let's not panic here that this is something dramatically terrible is going to happen, because no, it just, sometimes if they're giving me that analogy, it could just be that there's an existing relationship that is outdated, that needs to end, that is blocking maybe a spiritual union, a twin flame union for coming in. And the reason why it's not actually developed and ended in order for them, that person, to then go towards their divine counterpart, is because they have not been illuminated with the truth, right? But when they are, boom, it's all about to shift. Again, you've got the two pillars, two flames. So again, twin flame, potentially twin flame union. You've got the blue energy in the background there behind the flame. Again, truth, illumination. You've got the blue for Archangel Michael. This is a divinely protected thing, and the only reason it hasn't been illuminated yet, because it wasn't the right time. If they'd been given the information before, it would have been too much and they wouldn't have made the steps. So if this is a particularly relevant, if you've been seeing some crazy situations go on and you're thinking, why is that person still with them? Like, I don't get this. Oh, it's all happening in due time, and there is a total, complete poetic reason for this. It's like they're being ground down to test to see how much these people can take, and then they'll give them the truth. Almost like when they kind of least want to hear it, it's going to be like it's like a letter going through a letterbox, right? And it's like they've, you know, the last thing they want to be reading and seeing, but it's delivered at exactly the right time. Now, I cannot emphasize that enough, because there's something extraordinarily important about the divine timing with all this. Okay, it could be that the timing happened because they were least expecting it. It could be that maybe they're out of their environment, and that's going to allow them to see this truth. Maybe if this is not a counterpart, if this is you, maybe you're going to be seeing something that is you hadn't seen before, and it's going to really help you on your path. But do not underestimate this energy, because oh my goodness, there's so much synchronicity in this card. You've got, again, it's like it looks like a reptilian creature here. It could be someone's a little cold and you hadn't noticed that until maybe this new moon. It could be that the person that you are with, or maybe you've been around, suddenly you notice something, you think, goodness me, were they like this before? I didn't know. It's like people, the blinkers are coming off and people are starting to really understand the truth behind situations. It's not because, you know, they're trying to, this is all for very good reason. This is not, again, for some negative or horrible reason, right? This is for very good reason. And again, they're reiterating the Six of Cups. So if you've been sat in the last 5 minutes going, now this ain't me, this ain't me, like, I don't feel like we're at that stage, oh, it's you. Because again, when we're getting double the cards coming out, I feel like it's to reaffirm any doubts people are having. And because this is the other thing, where we've got that grand earth trine here with Pluto, the very revolutionary, and Uranus, very revolutionary, very kind of, you know, death and rebirth energy. They're telling you to hold your own ground, hold space for this, manifest this, don't doubt it. Doubting it at the moment is not going to help. It's going to confuse. You need to keep that vision, that focus, because things are about to get interesting. Things are about to get very interesting, okay? Okay, so we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So this is a solid, committed offer coming up here. This is, you know, an energy to say that the commitment, you are almost ready. Like if you're feminine watching this, or you identify as the feminine and watching this, even if you're male and you know, you're more in your feminine energy, because we have both masculine and feminine within us. Someone is giving you, or you will be receiving a solid committed offer. Again, don't forget that Six of Cups. It could be someone from your past coming back in, could be an old childhood friend, could even be a friendship coming back round. But it's saying mature, practical, generous, happy, nurture yourself and those you love, the ability to make anything more beautiful, practical and wise advice. It could also be that you're around people that are giving you very useful practical advice, and that actually that's going to really help you for the new moon. I've just heard someone as well, my guide, saying about starting a new business. Maybe you're actually looking at starting a new business and you're not entirely sure whether you should. Cards just come up again to say yes. So this is if that's you, then keep going ahead. Again, the King of Gabriel, the King of Wands came up again. So I feel like if this is a karmic scenario where this person is not letting go of their karmic partner, it's out, it's going. They have to, because this is the thing. If this is a divine union, if we're talking about twin flames here, because I feel like this is going to be especially important for twin flames, there is a lot of unions coming in at the moment, okay, because it's time. And if it's a karmic that's been causing all kinds of difficulties, this is the universal order it won't allow it to continue. And that's not me saying that because I'm God or someone that I think I'm better than I am. This is because I'm listening to what they're saying to me and I'm pulling the cards to clarify. This is divine unions ready to come into ready to come together and align and to do the work that was meant to happen, that was meant to be started, that was meant to be carried out on some, you know, people, their soul journey, their soul path, their soul oath. It's like a soul contracts coming into, there's a lot of soul contracts that are being satisfied as well at this time. There's also a lot of soul contracts that are starting at this time that are going to be extremely fruitful and necessary to move forward the earth. And again, you've got the Page of Cups here, so this could be an apology coming into you. This could also be a water sign child. But it's like an offering of love. Someone is giving an offering of love here. Don't forget she's got a blue shawl around her, which is truth, communication, Archangel Michael, the throat chakra. So it says a new emotional situation, messages regarding relationships or social invitations, great intuitive insights. You could also be getting an invitation to travel with someone. You could also be receiving insight or clarity into maybe a date, or maybe someone invites you on a date, but this is coming as well. And also that came out is the Six of Wands. So that's public recognition, okay? It's loyalty. It's a gesture of public openness. So it could be that a counterpart, a love situation hasn't been acknowledging you, your connection, what's been going on. Oh, this is about to get, but again, it could be that the illumination and the truth that's being delivered is this is now you guys making it official and telling everyone, and it's been made public. Like you guys have had that kind of discussion, you maybe had that date, you maybe had that apology, you had that long sort of talk, and then it's been made official. So again, you guys are coming into your own. It says material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. Acts of kindness, giving or receiving with a grateful heart. Let me just double check. Is that, beg your pardon, this is Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. Weirdly, it could also be the first thing I said, but because this is a Six of Pentacles, this is about give and take. So if it's been unbalanced, remember when I said earlier, if it's been unbalanced, this is to say this is about to come into balance and there's an apology. So if you've made more effort, if they haven't recognised your worth, if they haven't recognised the connection, if they've been in denial, there's an acknowledgement coming here, okay? And they're saying it's not going to be put off. They can't, there's absolutely no way after this illumination, after this news or insight they receive, they are not going to be able to sit and deny it, because there's something very powerful coming. something very powerful. And again, at the end of it, they're going to sit there and go, I can't fight this anymore, and I feel like I need to acknowledge this person a bit more, and I need to speak to them, and we need to rekindle this. I need to apologize, and we need to get back on track, because they're just saying, spirit just saying it wasn't working, and their denial, they cannot, it's like you cannot escape. It's like, you know, there is obviously after every night the sun rises, isn't it? And it's the same. It's like with every denial, the truth will always come out. You cannot sit and deny that energy. You can't suppress that energy forever. It doesn't, sorry about this, it doesn't I don't know why this is so out of focus. Here you go. Yeah, you can't suppress that forever. It doesn't, you there's only so much time before the scales of justice are coming in, and you know, to alleviate that darkness, to shine light on that darkness, and to really show the world, essentially, to show the connection, to show you exactly what it is that this is all about. So keep the faith. Okay, I feel like this is going to be the last card now. So outcomes, please, for the new moon, September 28th in Libra. New moon in Libra, please. Any other insights? Any other insights, please? New moon in Libra. One last card, please, Spirit. I feel like this could be the last one. I think it is the last one. One last card. Here we go. That one wants to come out. We're getting lots of doubles here, so it could be that maybe you also need to apologise, or maybe you'll get a chance to apologise. So it could be that this is a double apology, and that there's a reconnection of, you're both in an awareness where it's not just them that needed to learn something, you also in turn learned something and therefore apologised. But they're saying it's a double-edged sword here, so it could, again, try and make sure that you're seeing all sides of the equation, of the scenario, so that we are totally aware and we are not caught unaware. So again, I would be sitting contemplating this between now and the 28th. Again, if you are in that connection, or if you know, if some of this did resonate with you, I'd be sitting contemplating about what your end of the scenario was contributing towards. So not just what the other person's done wrong, maybe how you could have done better. Or, because this is the thing, it's again Libra energy, double-edged sword. It's accountability. It's like two sides of everything. There's always two sides to everything. So Spirit are just urging people to look at all 360-degree angles. Okay, so Spirit, is there any other cards, any other energies that you can show us here? I'm using the Oracle cards here by Sandra Ann Taylor to just pull a few last cards to end this reading. New moon Libra, September the 28th. New moon in Libra, please. What can we expect to see? What can you confirm from the previous information given? Oh, this is such a lovely card. I'm going to end on this note because it's so amazing. It says, door to personal healing and happiness. As you can see, there's a dove in the background there. The dove is the bird of peace. Okay, and then you've got a rainbow in the background there. Now, if you haven't already seen my video I posted, which was it was after the full moon, the last full moon, and the energies of what that brought, I would be watching that, because I did reference a rainbow here. So there's a lot of spiritual insight and a spiritual development coming with all this energy. But this, again, there's a very high vibrational energy to this. There's a very, very divine essence to all this. It's like you're walking into through the doors, through the pillars, into the spiritual realm. It's almost like the veil is lifting between 3D and 5D, and we're able to start seeing a lot more of the truth there. But this is a brilliant energy. So guys, I hope that's helped. Really hope that you you know, have a wonderful sort of new moon period, that maybe there's been some insight that's been useful for you, maybe giving you a bit of clarity. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be starting from tomorrow the October energies for sun, moon, rising signs for all 12 signs here. So obviously please do watch those if you feel you're drawn to. If you haven't already subscribed, thank you so much if you have, and if you would like to, then I'd love to, you know, for you guys to sort of see the videos I post. I do post Monday to Friday. And yeah, thank you so much. Take care. Bye.